Happy Saturday, beautiful souls. This is Shamama Hunting Owl with a new message for this week. What is today? I don't even know. August something. August 5th through next week for the twins and all of us on this path of enlightenment. I want to always start by thanking all the new subscribers, all the loyal tribe members for your comments, sharing, reaching out for sessions. You guys have been amazing as always. The exchange and the love that goes around when we all work together is amazing. I also want to thank those of you who have donated to me. Thank you so much for honoring me and appreciating the work that I do that I don't get paid for. I really do appreciate that. And for those of you who have sent me gifts, I'm going to start showing next week. I think I have some gifts that I wanted to show you guys, some jewelry that was made for me, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful, so I want to be able to plug all of those people who have been sharing things with me, so thank you all. And what else did I want to say? I think that's it for the business stuff, right? I guess, yeah. So I want to talk to you guys about this week and what's coming up. We've got this lunar eclipse, full moon on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, I don't even remember. And then we've got the Lion's Gate, the 8/8 portal. So there's lots of amazing big stuff happening and continuing to happen. We do have an energy report, an astrology report from Joanne. Her website is thesacredpath.co. She is available to do individual astrology reports for you and your twin and for your union and things like that. So here we go with the report first, you guys, and then I'm going to get into some of my visions and my messages, and then we're going to get into the cards, okay? So I'm going to go through this as quickly as possible. Okay, so this is the lunar eclipse, August 7th, and it's about leaving the past behind. We are finally here in the month of August. We have been working toward August. This started in February of 2017, because in February that was the start of the first eclipse season. The eclipse is in the signs of Leo and Pisces, the February eclipse season, and those eclipses from February past initiated us into a very deep and internal process of healing emotional wounds, karmic patterns, and collective programming. And so now, since the past 6 months since February, we have also added to that the powerful energy of Uranus. And it's ruled by Aquarius right now. And the planet Uranus represents extreme change, liberation, and freedom. Meanwhile, we have Mercury and Venus are aspect to Saturn and Chiron. Saturn is ruled by Capricorn right now, and these represent the external control structures of the 3D world. But Saturn has been transitioning into the sign of Sagittarius, which also represents freedom. And there is no coincidence that Saturn has been sitting in this galactic center while humanity has been waking up. So as Saturn's sitting here in this place of freedom and getting ready to move us, and we are waking up as humanity, it is what's helping us move forward. So as Mars and Venus face Saturn, this represents a choice that has to be made, to have the courage to step beyond, because the door is now open. This represents the most powerful opportunity to break free from all the karmic crap, all the 3D templates and conditioning that we have been programmed with for our whole lives, for all these generations, for past lives, way back. Meanwhile, we have Chiron in Pisces, which represents the collective wounds that were perpetuated by the patriarchy, which kept humanity stuck in this karmic hamster wheel. But that hamster wheel is now breaking down. This is all part of this energy. We are now exposing the truth of our world and our relationships and collapsing the karmic relationships. Karmic patterns, anything that doesn't serve as our highest, greatest good. These karmic relationships made sense with the old template system. It was like a prison system. The karmic relationships fed the system based on the external control of suffering and self-abandonment. These don't represent freedom or true love, and they are not aligned with the awakening of the divine human. So that is why we are feeling this tremendous amount of pressure to release and let go of all of these things right now. And the pressure keeps building. Anything that is not in alignment right now with our truth, with our authenticity, that shit's blowing up. It's falling away. Yes, I've been saying this, but it takes time for these things to happen. And we're continually being pressured and pressured and pressured. And with the more resistance that comes against us releasing these things, the more pressure we're going to feel to have to release them. Situations are going to get much more complicated the longer you hold on to these things. It is important to use the lunar eclipse to release all that stands between you and freedom. Stand in your truth based on all of the healing work that we've done and release the past. We have healed all of these things. We can let them go now. We need to let them go. Break free from the karmic imprisonment and choose unconditional love. Both the masculine and the divine feminine, remember who they are now. This is something really important. The masculine are no longer asleep, okay? They are aware and they know who they are. The feminine, we have known who we are. We are now standing much more in our power as to who we are. So this is going to continue to happen. But right now, the most important thing is all about having courage. Because we need to have the courage to break free of these things, to continue to move and follow our hearts in our unconditional love. We are also supported by Leo right now. The North Node and the upcoming solar eclipse are also going to be in Leo. And then we have, like I said, on August 8th, we have the Lion's Gate, which represents a massive cosmic gateway supporting the divine union process right now for the twins. We are already receiving transmissions and upgrades. We are anchoring and supporting the divine masculine and the divine feminine principle within each of us and in our divine partnerships. So we are actually supporting and anchoring within ourselves, our divine masculine and feminine, and we are anchoring and supporting these relationships with our twin. Okay, so following the Lion's Gate on August 21st, we will have a total solar eclipse. The power of this eclipse is beyond any description. We are literally on the edge of a whole new world. The solar eclipse represents our future, and it is about to manifest in our physical lives now. We are at such an accelerated point in our awakening and bifurcation process, but we must first release those past things that we may still be hanging on to, because we are now preparing to move into our future. Our future is happening now. It is ready to unveil itself. The most beautiful future that we could possibly have is going to be based on truth, authenticity, and true unconditional love. So that's what's going on with the energy right now. So you can only imagine that with all of this stress and all of this pressure to really be in your truth and really be authentic is going to bring up a lot of emotional turmoil for people. It's going to feel uncomfortable. We have to start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, because when we're uncomfortable is when change happens. We are ready to make these changes. We are moving ahead and moving forward. So I have some notes on all of this. And basically, like I said, the karmic stuff is still crashing. This whole moon energy and what is going on now for the month of August is like hitting the reset button. We are getting a new opportunity and a new chance to come out of the gate fresh, new, and ready to start in a completely positive and pure manner. We are getting to restart our lives, getting rid of everything that has hurt us and held us back, and really be true to our hearts and our souls in this process. What's really important right now for the divine feminine is that she stays solid in her truth, okay? We have done this work. We cannot backpedal. This is not time to backpedal. This is time to be solid and firm in what you have done in your healing and continue to rise above it all, okay? The divine feminine has abundance flowing, and you're going to see that in this card reading. Things are really happening for the divine feminine right now, in her or his personal life, in their finances, in their career. Now, they're also starting to see some progress and movement from their divine masculine. And I don't know, those of you who have watched me for a while, back of, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, I did a video and I talked about a vision I had that I was shown the divine masculine being called to get on their horses. They were preparing their horses for this journey ahead of them. They were getting into their lines. They were ready, getting ready to charge ahead. Well, I think it was on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I got the message that, guess what? They're moving. The flag has been dropped, the gates have been lifted, the horses are on a go ahead. The divine masculine is moving forward, and they're not crawling forward. They are moving. There is action happening for them. They are taking these chances and ready to allow these things to break away. They have found their courage, most of the divine masculine. And those who haven't are going to be coming into this energy now as we go through this moon, the lunar eclipse, the Lion's Gate, and all of these things that are happening. What's really interesting about the dynamics of all of this is a lot of the feminine do not see this happening, do not see it coming. Most of the divine feminine, this has probably been, in the twin journey of recent, the longest period of silence and separation that they have had from their masculine. And they're like, well, Christine, Shamama, you keep saying this, but we're not seeing it. Trust it's happening. They are moving. Some of the divine masculine have this week continued to start to reach out in a way of just kind of like testing the waters, dipping their little toe in to see if the water's warm, if the divine feminine is still warm, if they are going to go, or if they are going to openly welcome the divine masculine with love and forgiveness. And again, I want to say forgiveness. Forgiveness is about forgiving the process, forgiving the pains. It's not about forgiving the behavior. The divine masculine already know they've messed up. They know how they've made us feel. They understand the behaviors that they have exhibited in these relationships have been less than nice, less than gentlemanly, less than a positive relationship. They've been kind of shitty. They've been shitty to a lot of us. And they understand that. And the masculine is so trapped in this fear right now that the feminine is not going to accept and forgive. So they're taking their little baby toe and they're testing the water. And because they figure, this is what kind of how it was shown to me, that if they test their little baby toe because they can afford to lose the tip of their baby toe, okay? They can't afford to lose their heart, okay? So they're just testing with a little bit to see the response they get back before they completely come out with a full open heart to the feminine. So I think that's it for the little notes that I have on all of that, and I hope that makes sense. What's important for the feminine right now, as the masculine is coming out and dipping this little baby toe into the waters to test, the feminine has to make a decision. Has to make a true decision. Do they want to continue forward? Do they want to forgive and forget, so to speak? Are they able to not fall back into those old patterns with their divine masculine? Of, as they test the waters, is the divine feminine going to go back into that chaser energy? Or are you going to stand firm and solid in who you have become and the powers that you have in being authentic and being honest? Accepting your masculine back and forgiving them is not about going, oh honey, it's okay. Fuck no. It's about, okay, I can get past these things, but now these are the ground rules. This is the playing field. This is who I am. This is what I am valued at, and this is what I need. And can you and are you willing to step up and come to my level now, my elevated level of being authentic and true, and being in this place of knowing who you are? Because we're not taking the crumbs anymore. We are not willing to take the crap. We want truth, and we want authenticity, and we want integrity from our divine masculine. That is what we ask for, and that is it. That is it. And they now will need to decide if they're ready to fully step into that. But they know who we are. They know who they are. They are fully aware of the changes that need to be made now. Okay, so with that, you guys, the cards. This week we used the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. Okay, I love this deck. I love all my decks, actually. And I did split the message into Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and the underlying energy. So I'm going to start with the underlying energy, because the underlying energy is the Hangman. Okay, and I think you guys can all see that. The Hangman represents feeling stuck, being in one place. Okay, now this Hangman card, what's beautiful is he's not upside down. However, he is strapped to the tree and chained there. This is the energy of feeling stuck, seeing like nothing is changing, seeing no action from the outside world. To me, it reminds me of what I was talking about last week, was that butterfly in the cocoon. That butterfly in the cocoon, you don't see the transformation taking place from that caterpillar turning into the butterfly. You just see the cocoon. This picture to me is like that cocoon. You don't see what's going on under the wraps of that mummy, okay? But there's change taking place. Even though it appears to be stuck energy, it's not, because the divine is moving it all forward. So the first card for the masculine this week is the Page of Wands. And this Page of Wands refers to the masculine hearing their calling, hearing the divine, that little bird, whispering in their ears, singing in their ears, screeching in their ear, if necessary, to hear their call, their message, their higher voice, their inner soul. This is all about it coming up and them recognizing it, actually accepting and recognizing it. This dude is loving it. Look at the smile on his face. I don't know if you guys can see that, how closely, but look at that smile on that dude's face, man. He is hearing the call. He is hearing the call of spirit. He is hearing the call of the divine feminine's heart. And he's like, all right, I got my wand and I am ready to go out on this journey, because the birds are telling me everything is sunny, and they're singing, and I hear that song and I vibe with that song. And that's the direction I am going. I am going toward my positive vibe. Now, the masculine also has the Seven of Wands. Okay? And this Seven of Wands is, although he is ready and hearing his songs, he's standing on this whole pile of wands. He's got a lot of shit to take care of. Okay? And he has one wand over his shoulder. But he's kind of standing on this pile, kind of like, I don't really know. What am I going to do? Do I have the courage? Do I have the courage? Do I have the courage to move forward? To take the one wand that I do have and not worry about all this other crap. Take the one thing that I am sure of, the one thing that I know for certain, which is who I am and who my divine feminine is, and do I have what it takes to make this happen? This is where they're at. So they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out, can I do this? You know, last week we talked about they were making their plans. And in making their plans and constructing their strategies, now they're going, holy shit, man, this is going to be a lot of work. I got a lot of shit to do. Do I have what it takes to really do it? And that's where they're at. And again, in this card, we got the little bird sitting there, okay, on that pile of wands. And that again is like the birds in this Page of Wands card, okay? That's Spirit. Spirit's going to be right there next to them. Spirit is guiding them through this. The next card for the Divine Masculine is Justice, okay? Justice is being done. This is the hand of God. This is the hand of the divine saying, you move or we move you. That's it. Justice needs to be served in these situations. You know, and they're pointing out to me, as I put the card down, the wheel above her head. It reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? The wheel is now moving. The wheel is now moving forward. It is time for the masculine to move, to understand that justice will be served one way or the other. That either their lives, if they choose to stay and withstand the pressure of these karmic relationships and karmic patterns in their lives, that if they choose to stay there, shit's just going to continue to get worse. And so many of the Divine Masculine will tell you now, their lives are falling apart. Bad shit's happening around them. And that's because they're not moving. So every time they don't move, the divine is going to put pressure on them to help them move. It's the way it's going to be. That's the justice. The justice is that shit's going down one way or another for them. And they can either go easily and willingly, or they can go kicking and screaming. But either way, there's movement here that's going to happen. Timing. Timing is a big deal with this. Because the masculine who choose to hold on and dig their feet in further into that 3D and settle into their egos and really try to fight this, their window of opportunity with their Divine Feminine is going to start to close, because the Divine Feminine is really starting to stand up for herself and be in her power and be in her truth. And it's almost going to come to the place where the Divine Feminine is going to, when the masculine does finally come around, they're going to have to go, hey, wow, dude, it's great to see you. Wow. But I'm not quite sure if we're on the same level anymore. I'm not quite sure that you really want to be everything I need. So the Divine Feminine is going to be offered a huge choice for those whose masculine have been very resistant to decide, you know, is this guy really gonna, guy, girl, Divine Masculine, really gonna step up to what we want them to be? And they're going to have to prove themselves. I guess that's kind of the point I'm getting to, is the Divine Masculine, when they come back, these ones who have really stuck in deep, are going to have to prove themselves to the Divine Feminine. It's not going to be just as easy as, oh yes, honey, we're back. It's not going to be that easy if the Divine Masculine continues to stay stuck where they are. And this is why, okay? Divine Feminine first card is the King of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine is kicking ass and taking names right now, okay? She is abundant. She is powerful and very secure in what she has set forth in motion. She understands her abilities as a manifester. She now understands her stuff for her mission. And I'm saying she again, we know that there are some Divine Feminines that are males, gender males, so okay. But there is this great security in the Divine Feminine right now. She is coming into her financial abundance. Pentacles talks about finances, abundance. The Divine Feminine's careers are taking off, and that's all because, and if you look at this card, this King of Pentacles is in a green robe because she is following her heart. That green is the color of the heart chakra. The Divine Feminine is there. She is open-hearted. She is full of unconditional love. She is accepting. She is forgiving, and she is kicking ass on mission right now. Things are blowing up for her. And they're starting slowly, but it's going to snowball. You know, a lot of people that have been reaching out have been talking about, well, they're getting these new opportunities, new jobs coming, new clients, just lots of new stuff, and it's trickled in the last couple weeks, and now it's starting to gain momentum. This is what all the manifesting that we have done all summer and spring is bringing us to. It's now opening up for us. So Divine Feminine, rock on. You guys are kicking ass. Here's something super cool. The next card is the Knight of Swords. What I love about this Knight of Swords is it's facing away from the Divine Masculine, okay? This Knight of Swords is the Divine Feminine now having complete control. Her finances and her 3D world is in order. Her thoughts are now in order. Her head is on straight, and she is charging forward toward her future. She is not looking back at the Divine Masculine right now. She is in a place where she is ready to do this shit on her own if it needs to be. Because you know what? We ain't waiting for nobody to do what we were set here to do. We have mission to do. We have people to help and save, and a whole planet to awaken. And we're not waiting anymore. So we are charging ahead. And it's so freaking cool. Divine Feminine, you rock. And the last card for the Divine Feminine is the Empress. Now, this Empress is you, Divine Feminine. This is you in action, full on in your authentic truth. Okay? This is the true balancing of the feminine and the masculine energies. This is the true opening of our hearts and stepping into action. Knowing our truth. Knowing who we are. And knowing what we came here to do. Okay? It's beautiful. And oh my God, and there's this, is it an ox or a bull? I don't know what that is. And that just shows the stubbornness, the staying power that shows me. Not so much stubbornness, but the staying power of the Divine Feminine. That bull is solid, secure. It ain't going nowhere. Okay? That Divine Feminine is standing in everything. She is unshakable at this time. Now, for the Union card. And this is what's so beautiful. In the middle of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine is the Ace of Cups. And that Ace of Cups truly talks about all the love and all of the emotion, okay, that is shared between the feminine and the masculine. Those two flowers, the masculine and the feminine, the divine leading our way, filling our cup so we can set out and do what we need to do, okay? This cup is above the valley. I mean, it's there. It's just floating, okay? This is the true support of the divine, holding this love for us, allowing it to be fed between the energies so we can get to where we need to be. So you guys, those are the cards for this week. I want to really encourage those Divine Masculine out there who are watching. Find your strength. Find your courage. I understand that this can be scary. Fear. The Divine Feminine has been going through this fear for years now. Let me just tell you. Okay? For those masculine who aren't aware. The Divine Feminine has had to face these fears and come above them. We have broken away all of these karmic things that hold us back. It is your turn. It is your turn to find that courage and that strength to let go of the bullshit and really truly be free in your heart and in your soul and live the life you were meant to live. Divine Feminine, continue to rock on. You are navigating the energies so beautifully. And I know you guys, the energies have been harsh. Up and down, it's been a fucking ride. But we are coming through this like the warriors that we are. We have each other's back in this. That's why we have this family. That's why we have this tribe. I want to remind you all to continue doing your healing work. Now is the time. If there's anything, feminine or masculine, that you feel stuck in, reach out for help. Whether it's me or somebody else on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, find someone you trust and work with them. Have them help you. I am going to give out a huge recommendation for any of you who want to work with a healer. Chris Aver. She is amazing, amazing, amazing. You can find her on Facebook. Her Facebook personal page is Chris Aver. She is the Evolving Door is her Facebook page. She is amazing. And if there is anywhere that you are stuck, she's a lady that can help you. She's just, that's all I can say is, if you want someone's help, she's an amazing resource. There's me, there's lots of other people. So I encourage you to reach out to someone if you're still feeling stuck and you're still feeling like there's stuff just you need help with. Other than that, I want to wish you guys a beautiful and wonderful weekend. I want to wish you a happy full moon, wonderful Lionsgate, and really use that time, use that moon, release the stuff. Full moon's about releasing. Let's continue to release. Let's continue to transmute these energies so we can continue to soar and rise like the fucking divine angels that we are. Okay, guys? So, if you want to reach me, it's www.shamamahuntingowl.com. You can reach me there to set up sessions, and also if you just need to contact me. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. So, with that, you guys, I am sending so much love and light. Blessings and gratitude always, beautiful souls. I love you guys. Have a beautiful weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye.